Skyscrapers stand in rows. The surroundings are wrapped in clamor, filled with screams and angry roars. In the distance, the sound of police sirens. It was a scene so nostalgic it even made me feel dizzy. And then, what I hear is the voice of a nostalgic junior colleague. Senpai, senpai. Please hang in there, Mikami-san. A youngster crying and screaming while holding the nice guy who had been stabbed and collapsed, and a woman looking sad beside him. It was my junior, Tamura, and his fiancée, Satori-san. Saying was makes it past tense, so strictly speaking, the expression might be wrong. For me, this is a story from several years ago, but for Tamura, it is happening in the present progressive tense. Tamura and the others really haven't changed. Well, naturally they haven't. It feels just a little deeply moving, or something like that. Just as I was feeling a bit nostalgic. Kufufufufu. Rimuru-sama, I shall go take care of some trivial business, so could I ask you to wait a moment? As expected, he had followed me on his own accord. Diablo, who had been behaving himself until now, left my side saying he had business to attend to. I can imagine what that business is. It probably wouldn't be an issue to leave it be, but he is persistent, or how should I put it? Thinking good grief, I decided to let him do as he pleased. Before Diablo returns, I shall fulfill my own objective. I walked up to Tamura and tapped his shoulder. Move a little, Tamura. Who are you? How do you know my name? It's fine, it's fine. You're as detail-oriented as ever. Tamura turned around to complain, but upon seeing me standing there, he was at a loss for words due to my extreme beauty or something like that. I thought Satori-san might get angry, but I swallowed those words. I've been scolded thoroughly for lacking delicacy, so I have grown a bit by now. More importantly, there was something I needed to do right now. I pushed Tamura aside and took a pseudo-soul out of my pocket. It was something I made for amusement, but between the battle with Valdanava and the current situation, it is surprisingly useful. Now then. As soon as I held the pseudo-soul over the nice guy's corpse, it was sucked right in. I was worried because this world has almost no magicules, but it seems there were no issues, which is a relief. The corpse and the pseudo-soul fused successfully, so all that's left is to transfer my multiple parallel existence, and it's complete. Oops, I almost forgot. I have pain nullification, but there is a high probability it won't apply to this body. If he revives like this, there will likely be enough intense pain to make him scream, so I must treat it properly. I can endure other people's pain, but I am extremely weak to my own pain. That is exactly why, conversely, I am careful not to do things to others that I would dislike having done to myself. Thinking about such things, I poured the healing potion I took from my pocket onto the corpse. I already tested this with Shizu-sen's mother, and I confirmed the wound healing before my eyes. This healing potion contains an abundance of extracted magicules. Even in this world with low magicule density, it seemed to be sufficiently effective. Rigor mortis hadn't set in yet, so it seems that even though the soul had left, the body was still continuing its biological functions. If I lodge my multiple parallel existence in there, it will essentially be the same as fully reviving and coming back to life. Anyway, preparations are complete. I concentrated my consciousness and transplanted the multiple parallel existence into the pseudo-soul. Success. The ability skills activate here without issue. That's good. It seems I succeeded in splitting my current consciousness and transferring it into the nice guy's corpse, in other words, my body from the original world. And, with perfect timing, Diablo returns. I have returned just now. Diablo could probably return to the Cardinal world on his own, but it's more certain if I take him back. Since I intended to wait for him, it worked out perfectly. Good work. Is your business finished? For the time being. I intend to enjoy myself thoroughly later, involving Tensura and the others as well. Kufufufufu. Oh. Keep it moderate, okay. I wouldn't ask what he intends to do. Because nothing good comes from asking. More importantly, right now, before I Mikami Satori wake up, I should leave this place quickly. Just as I tried to use time-space warp to return to my room, Tamura spoke to me at that timing. What on earth are you? Well, fair point. If an absurdly beautiful girl me was doing suspicious things right in front of him, I can understand the desire to ask. However, the world isn't that sweet. I have no obligation to give a serious answer, so I decided to leave him with a word of advice as a senior. Yo, Tamura. Continue to properly respect your senior, and don't think about boasting about weird things. Also, I'll do something about my PC myself, so that request is cancelled. Tamura was even more confused. Flashing a grin at Tamura, I left the scene. There is no need to say much. The rest, I'm Mikami Satori who remains here, will explain. I woke up. The smell of medicine, and that distinctive atmosphere. I am on a hospital bed, in the nostalgic world from before my reincarnation. And The familiar male body that I shared 37 years with. When I gently checked, my son was safe and sound, too. Thank goodness. I think that from the bottom of my heart. Though, I was a little worried that it might have become unusable. You've never used it anyway, you say. I'll kill you, you bastard. Keeping it ready to use at any time. That is proper manners. Preparation is important. Well, putting that aside. Everything up to now wasn't a dream, was it? I'd really like to be spared from it being a dream I saw due to the shock of being stabbed, or it was all a dream ending. If going through all those hardships was just a simple daydream, it wouldn't be a laughing matter. However, seeing how peaceful this is, if someone told me it was a dream and not a joke, I might actually believe them. If that were the case, I'd have no choice but to accept it. Just being safe is a stroke of luck, and above all, peace is the best. While I was convincing myself of that, someone entered the hospital room. Ah, senpai. You're awake. It was Tamura. It seems he rode in the ambulance and accompanied me to the hospital. Tamura, this is a hospital, right? That's right. The police were here until just a while ago, but the doctor said you should undergo a detailed examination just in case, so they left. He says they will come again tomorrow. Police? Why? Please calm down. Senpai, you were stabbed by a slasher. Do you remember? The police came to ask for information about that slasher. Ah, I see. I remember. Wait, so I really was stabbed, right? There is no pain, and my body feels fit as a fiddle. Even checking secretly, there isn't a single wound. This must be the effect of a full potion. Or, could that really have been a dream? If being stabbed was my misunderstanding, and I actually just fainted out of fear, then the possibility that it was truly a daydream is. Actually, I don't think you'll believe me, but a mysterious woman, and she was a spectacular beauty, putting models and celebrities to shame, brought you back to life, senpai. No, I know you'll probably laugh and ask what I'm talking about, but this is a true story. As proof, please look at that. Answering my doubts, Tamura spoke. Looking where he pointed, on the back of my suit hanging on the wall, dark red bloodstains were stuck thickly to it. And looking closely, there was a small tear. It seems there is no mistake that was the massive amount of blood I shed. In other words, being stabbed was reality. Which means my memories aren't a dream, but something I properly experienced. Answer. Everything is just as Master thought. Wait, I can use Great Sage here too. Ah, I remembered. It seems Rimuru and I can synchronize memories, or rather, backup is possible. It appears to be completely recorded on Rimuru's side, but the information I can read from here is limited. Or rather, the moment he returned to the cardinal world, it became almost impossible to read. Still, I was able to grasp what he did here. Seal-sen said, skills will activate here without issue, but that wasn't about the Rimuru side. She was talking about the me remaining here. Just to confirm, just in case, you're Seal-sen, right? The fact that she doesn't answer increases the probability that it is Seal-sen. Well, I don't really care either way on that point, but I just hope she doesn't put weird restrictions on me. Even so, my heart was pounding thinking it might be a dream, but I've realized this is a prank by me, Rimuru. Prank. Great success. He's probably laughing loudly over there right now. That bastard, even if I say that, it is myself, to pull such a playful stunt even on me. As I was feeling indignant about that, Tamura spoke to me looking troubled. As I thought, you can't believe it, right? No, I believe you. I have my own circumstances, you see. Tamura, I have grounds to believe your story. Really? No, I mean, even though I saw it with my own eyes, it's a hard story to believe. Hahaha, maybe so. Ah, also, the police are probably going to be wasting their time. After all. Yes? No, it's nothing. Indeed, Tamura wouldn't believe it even if I told him. That the culprit who killed me is, right about now, meeting a very terrible fate. The moment Diablo went out of his way to follow, I figured it out. Setting me aside, there's no way Diablo would forgive the culprit. Right about now, probably. Since Tensura and the others joined in at that point, there's no rest allowed for the culprit. Ultima seems to specialize in that sort of thing. Doubtless, through infinite torture, he is being made to regret even being born. It's no use saying that, so I decided to laugh and gloss over it. As we were talking, Satari-sen also came to the hospital room. Apparently, she contacted my parents' home, and my family is rushing over and will arrive late at night. Though, even if they come, there's nothing for them to do. Since my injuries are already healed, it might be awkward. I can be discharged immediately, so I feel like a phone call would have sufficed. Still, seeing the faces of my parents and big brother after a long time isn't bad. Thinking that, I enjoyed chatting for a while. It seems there are police matters and examinations tomorrow, but they are expected to finish by evening. Shall I bring a change of clothes tomorrow? Oh, right. Could I ask you to do that? The suit hanging on the wall is caked in bloodstains and has to be thrown away. Even if I'm being discharged, I'll need a change of clothes. Of course. If you hadn't protected me, senpai, I don't know if I would be safe right now. Since Tamura said that, I took the key to my apartment from the bag placed on the table next to the bed and entrusted it to Tamura. I've invited him over several times, so I could ask him with peace of mind. Well then, see you tomorrow. Injuries aside, it was a terrible incident, so please take care of yourself. Tamura and Satori-san said their goodbyes and went home.